I thought it was just a normal festival, until I started seeing the same man everywhere. I was 26 when this happened, and it was my first time ever going to a huge music festival in California. My friend, Alyssa, and I had talked about it for years, but something always got in the way. Money, work, timing. But that year, everything finally lined up. So we booked it. We flew out, rented a small Airbnb, and planned to stay for a few days. The first day felt unreal. Thousands of people, music everywhere, lights, energy. It felt like a different world. The second day was even better. We stayed out late, explored different stages, met random people. Nothing felt off. Nothing felt wrong. But on the third day, everything changed. We were exhausted by then, but we didn't want to miss the last night. So we pushed through. That's when things started to feel strange. At first it was small. I noticed a man standing in the crowd. He didn't look like everyone else. Most people were dressed colorful, energetic, but he was wearing all black, boots, dark shirt, just standing there. Not dancing, not talking, just watching. I didn't think much of it until I saw him again. Different spot, same expression, then again, and again. Every time I turned around, he was there, always at a distance, always looking in my direction. I told Alyssa about it. She laughed it off, said it was just coincidence. And honestly, I tried to believe that, but deep down, something felt wrong. Hours passed like that. I tried to ignore it, focus on the music, but I couldn't shake the feeling. Then suddenly, he walked right up to me, out of nowhere, started talking like we knew each other, smiling, acting normal, but his eyes felt empty. He leaned in close, trying to talk over the music, saying I looked good, asking if I was alone. I told him I was with my friend, tried to keep it casual, tried not to make it weird, but he didn't leave. He just stayed there, too close, too comfortable. I turned to grab Alyssa, and that's when I realized she was gone, completely gone. I spun around, looking everywhere, but she wasn't there. And for the first time that night, I felt real panic. The guy noticed. He asked if I lost someone, offered to help, but something about the way he said it felt wrong. Too eager, too rehearsed. I didn't trust him, so I pushed through the crowd and left, fast. I didn't stop until I got out of that area. I finally found Alyssa near another stage. I didn't even explain everything. I just told her I wanted to leave early. She could tell something was off. So we left, back at the Airbnb. Everything felt quiet, too quiet. I was exhausted, mentally and physically, so I went straight to bed. I didn't even think about it anymore, at least. I tried not to. Sometime in the middle of the night, I woke up. I don't know why. No sound, no movement, just a wait. I looked toward the bedroom door, and that's when I saw him, standing there in the doorway, not moving, not speaking, just watching me. My whole body went cold. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I just stared at him, trying to understand what I was seeing. It didn't feel like a dream. It felt real. Too real. Then suddenly, I screamed. As loud as I could. Alyssa ran into the room and turned on the light. And just like that, he was gone. The doorway was empty. She kept asking what happened, but I couldn't even explain it properly. I told her what I saw. She said it had to be my imagination, that I was just tired. Honestly, I wanted to believe that. I really did. But the next morning, we found something that changed everything. Muddy boot prints on the floor, leading from the front door, down the hallway, and stopping right at my bedroom. Exactly where I saw him standing. And then they turned around and went back out. No broken windows, no forced entry, nothing missing, which made it worse. Because it meant he wasn't there to steal anything. He was there for me. And to this day, I still don't know how he found us.